Module 4. Conclusion and Assessment. How to translate the course into actions. Positive parenting. Dear mothers and fathers, welcome back. This is the latest video from the Parenting Training and Education Pathway developed by DebGIP. The video is part of Module 4 of training course. As you may know, there are various videos and sources made available to families both at www.debsip.com and on the YouTube channel. DebSip is a project funded by the European Union to build educational sources available to families to better manage their children. Within this model, we will address in general how it is possible to transform into action some of the practices and concepts that we have discussed in the previous videos of the DebSip project. Today's video will be about 10 minutes long. It will address some of the most important arguments that can be put into practice to increase and take more effective the way children's conduct is managed. The underlying idea, which has been throughout the training, is that it is possible to work with your children by trying to learn together how to do it better. In the first part of the video, we will introduce positive parenting with some practical examples that will allow us to better understand what it means. In the second part, we will address self-reflection on their own parenting practices. That's it, how mothers and fathers can reflect on what they are doing and the results they are achieving. We will also talk about how you can deal with and communicate emergency situations to your children, whether environmental emergencies such as an earthquake or health emergencies. We will also talk about creating and sustaining routines, an essential tool in managing daily life with your children. Finally, we will discuss how you can deal with everyday situations that can instead create difficulties or bringing us close to the boiling point. If you are ready, get comfortable and we can begin. Well, we can start by talking about positive parenting. First, what is this concept? Positive parenting describes a set of parenting behaviors that can enhance children's ability to love, trust others, explore their world, and learn new things. Positive parenting techniques can and do help parents and caregivers by guiding them through the possibility of achieving better child developmental health and life trajectories within their own family and communication. Some examples of how positive parenting can be implemented when caring for children include putting yourself into the child's point of view, trying to observe the world through their eyes, putting yourself in the state of mind and understanding the situation from another point of view, especially during difficult situations. Another example involves emphasizing the success, achievements, and ability to learn and develop of young children. It is also important for parents to balance between their own needs and those of the child, trying to balance between these forces that can often be in opposition. It is also important to celebrate good times and build good memories of moments of connection with your family. Parenting is a difficult task, and the mistakes we all make are natural part of the child's growth and learning process, not only of the child to the parent, but also of the child to the parent. Finally, it is essential to remember that it is possible to ask for help. One element that parents have at their disposal to implement positive parenting practices is self-reflection. By self-reflection, we refer to the ability to each of us has to stop for a moment and reflect on what is going on. It is a way of looking at the things that happen to us, trying to understand how we are dealing with things in relation to our state of mind. There are some areas of self-reflection that are worth dwelling on. We have, first of all, the mental space. This refers to what we are doing and the results we want to achieve with our actions. Then, we have an area that refers to our emotions, the way we are internally and what feelings we are experiencing. Anger, happiness, joy, surprise, fear, all emotions that we feel, but that can affect the management of our children. We then clearly have the physical area. How are we feeling right now? Am I tired? Am I in good shape? Have I had little sleep? Do I feel rested? And finally, we have the social area, which refers to the people we can have with our family members or friends who can help us at a particular time. Another critical issue in managing your children is how to handle emergency situations. There are various emergency and crisis situations. It is expected that both parents and children are frightened by what is happening. In these cases, we can say that it is necessary to understand at what moment the child is. That is, if it is the right time to communicate something so important. It is a moment of reflection, which requires calm. It is necessary to prepare the ground for communication. Some practical tips are, for example, be open, transparent, sincere. Listen to your child and allow them to ask questions freely. Take your time. Clearly, parents don't have all the answers. The moment you don't have the answer, it is good to share the fact that you don't know the answer. You will figure out what to do together while still reassuring them of your presence and support. You must try to remain positive. Take the good side of things even in an emergency, and give a perspective on the future by clarifying the next steps in terms of safety procedures and what waits children in the moments ahead. Also, once you have communicated policies and practices, you need to listen again to the child, trying to understand if and how things have been understood. Finally, of course, provide an extra hug. An extra hug is a gesture that works in most cases. Routines help provide clear expectations, constancy, and comfort for many children, especially children with intellectual disabilities. Routines create a sense of order to the day and offer reassurance in a very uncertain time. All children, including teens, but also parents, benefit from routines that are predictable yet flexible enough to meet the needs of each individual child. Some examples of the way routines can be constructed are: first, try to build daily routines that mark the child's time, always remembering to adapt the difficulty to the child's age. You can also create weekly routines, alternating the routines of regular days with the routines of holidays. At the same time, it is important to balance routine that help the parent manage the daily routine of the home and the children's free time. An important aspect of successful routines is to involve the child and let them help us build these activities. Involvement from the beginning can be helpful for success. We can also include time and space for physical activity or play into a daily routine. Daily routines can also be structured by creating subroutines. For example, in the breakfast routine, we can include different activities such as preparing the table, clearing the table, helping younger children. But also, play and homework routine can be constructed in this way. To involve children in everyday life is important to discuss from time to time whether the routines are working or whether something needs to be changed. Well, we have reached the end of the video. For other suggestions or guidance, we suggest you review the videos that make up for the DebChip parenting courses. Or you can contact us at www.debchip.com or email info@debchip.com. If you found the video helpful, you can share the link with other parents or people you know. Being a parent is a hard work. Being in touch with others and sharing your experiences is a way to grow and improve your children's developmental trajectories. Thanks again for watching and see you soon.